Right.
Rightio.
We're flashing. I'm making lines. Are you making lines?
I assume so. I can't see your steering
You're
wheel.
making lines.
There we go.
We're all good. All right.
We're all cool.
Wow.
Well,
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you
welcome.
for joining us again.
Yep, episode 15. Thank you for
Yep.
being here.
Yeah.
How's that?
Let's not go on to me just yet because it's gonna be
Okay.
it's gonna cover a while. So
Okay.
why don't we talk about the film first? Because you went without me.
You didn't want to watch
No,
the
I
film.
didn't. I didn't want to watch the film at all.
Okay.
So I sent you on a reconnaissance trip.
Okay.
So time to report back.
Okay. So I watched Knock at the Cabin.
You did?
Knock at the Cabin.
Mm-hmm.
The new M. Night Shyamalan
Shamalama film. Yeah.
Yep. Average.
Average.
Fine. Didn't have many of the M. Night Shyamalan classic final twists or anything anything like that. I kind of within the first 20 minutes guessed what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was right. Perfectly fine. The person that you don't like in it is literally in it for maybe 15 minutes.
All right. Okay.
If that first 15
Yeah, but
minutes.
still, I was not going to go see it on the pure fact of how he ruined Avatar.
Yeah,
That was my boycott reason.
Yeah. I mean, he did fuck over Avatar.
And it's like I'm not. My car thinks I'm about to go into the back of another car unless there's a ghost car in front of me. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm not going to go to Twitter and demand other people boycott it because you do what you want to do. Capitalism will always win. But yeah, just for me, it's like I don't want any of my money going to M. Night Shyamalan after what he did to Avatar.
That's fair.
But for you to say a film is average is cutting.
Yeah, it just
considering
wasn't...
you very rarely see issues with films.
Yeah, I mean, it was very cut and paste. Kind of guessed why and how it was going from the start, and then they kind of released said the thing that everybody was thinking and was like, well, if you didn't get it, then more for you kind of thing. Yeah. It was that kind of thing. But it was interesting. It was, it was a bit different as well because it wasn't like one of his, I was waiting for the big twist and it never happened because it wasn't that kind of film.
Right.
If that makes sense.
But I like to put twists in films where even when the twist shouldn't be. Like, I'm shocked that he didn't try and force one into Avatar because that's the kind of person he is.
Yeah, maybe. But and he had his I can't say the word, obligatory.
Yeah.
Good word. If you can say it. Cameo.
Right.
Because he's like Alfred Hitchcock. He's always like a cameo in his movies.
Right.
Spotted that. The only thing I will say, and this is a credit to him, Dave Bautista has range. Okay. He's a good actor.
Good for him.
Okay, we've seen him in obviously Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And we've seen him as like a wrestler and things like that.
Knives Out,
and he was obviously in Blade Runner 2049. And everything else. And he is a very good actor. He's got good range.
He asked to be killed off in Guardians because he doesn't want to be typecasted. So
I think that was because of the firing and the rehiring of James Gunn more than anything. Because he's a big James Gunn person.
Fair enough.
So I think he's done. Yeah, I think he's done with Marvel now. Fair enough. Well, we'll find out in May.
Yeah, we will.
So I think there'll be multiple deaths in that one.
Yes. So it's the final Guardians, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the final version of these Guardians.
Yeah.
So obviously in the comics, the Guardians as well as like the Avengers have always changed quite regularly.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rota kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Before we get into your thing.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about your week?
No. Okay. I have a very strange tale to tell, but it might be quite amusing. So would you like me to save that to the end to bring people back up?
Proceed.
Okay. So, on Sunday, I had a very strange phone call from a lady.
Not a lady.
A lady at work. She called up and she was like, "Hi there. This is going to sound weird, but my child and his father were having lunch in your restaurant today, and he has a milk allergy, and he's come home and he's incredibly ill. I just want to kind of confirm what he could have eaten so we can make, like, you know.
Right. Okay. So, guy comes into a restaurant with an allergy, doesn't notify you of said allergy.
Yeah, for his
Right.
child. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. It gets better. I was like, well, unfortunately, there was loads of kids in the restaurant today, so I can't actually help you unless you help me. You know, do you know what time they were in? Do you know, did he book a table? Can you give me a name? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
She said, oh, well, it would have been about, this X time, and his name is this. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, we've got a name under that time, so I'll have a look on his thing and determine whether or not your child has eaten anything with dairy or milk in it. I looked on the thing and I said, well, I'm sitting here, sorry, and like, there's no kids' food. The kid hasn't eaten here. And he was like, well, what else? Like, what did the dad have? And I was like, well, the dad had a mixed grill and his guest had a roast dinner. So unless the kid ate some of his fish, which I doubt, and unless his guest gave the kid some of the Yorkshire pudding, you're not gonna make a meal. She goes, oh, okay, well, maybe he did, and maybe that's what's happened. I'll keep an eye on him. But I said, okay, well, just keep us posted, because obviously we take this stuff very seriously.
Yeah.
We obviously didn't know about the allergy. So please, do keep us informed if he gets any worse than the situation. Yeah, of course, no problem. Hangs up. Half an hour later, get a phone call from this gentleman.
Okay.
Hello, I'd like to speak to the manager, please. I'm the manager. How can I help? I wonder what your policy is on GDPR.
Yes. I knew where this was going.
In what sense, sir? And he goes, well, my ex called and you gave out all my personal details. And I said, I don't think that's the case, sir. He said, yeah, you told her what I ate and you gave her my name. And I went, no, if this is the woman that I think you're talking about, I had her call up, say her son had eaten here with yourself and has come home and been very ill and has a dairy allergy. So we tried to determine whether or not he had eaten anything here that could make him ill. I didn't hand out your personal information. He then proceeded to say, well, you did, because you must have given her my name. And I said, well, that's impossible, because she gave me your name, so that's the only way I've determined. He goes, so why did you tell her I was with a woman? And I quite frankly went, well, to be honest, sir, I didn't. I said your guest. If you've admitted you're with a woman, that's your problem. So somebody's in the shit. It was so funny. It was so funny. Because obviously he's trying to blame me for his problem.
Question.
Yeah.
Does the child exist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember the table.
Okay.
So
So
it's
was
true.
there a man, a woman, and a kid?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Right.
it's obviously
They've taken him out for ice cream afterwards to shut him up.
probably. I don't think he's that old. I don't think he was that old. He might have only been like 2 or 3, maybe.
Right. Okay.
But he's obviously been ill enough for her to be concerned.
Right,
To
yeah,
then,
yeah.
like, call up. I mean, to be honest, I don't even know how she knew that he'd been here. To be
Yeah.
honest, which is bizarre, unless he like checked in on social media or something.
That, or she said, he's ill, where have you taken him? Oh, I took him for a meal at the Mistley Thorn,
Yeah.
you know.
And not been any more help.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, that was like the highlight of my week then. And then the next day, I got another phone call from a different guy
Uh-huh.
who said, I want to speak to the manager, please. Yes, I'm the manager. How can I help? I wonder what your policy was on GDPR. I went, oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, GDPR covers telephone numbers and email addresses and names. And he goes, well, why did you give out my brother's name then? I said, I didn't give out your brother's name. I said, the lady gave me his. well, that's not true, is it? I said, well, it is. So it's your choice to believe it or not. He goes, well, I don't think that's acceptable, so I'm going to come down there and speak to you. And I was like, okay, you do that. Come down, and we'll see if that gets you anywhere. Have they come down?
No.
No.
No, it's all talk.
Of course it is. But that's basically been the highlight of my week.
Yeah. That reminds me of the time when I was working in the Purple Hotel, and this lady rang up and was like, I just wanted to make sure so-and-so's checked in. And my boss was like, yeah, he's checked. You've checked in. And she went, what do you mean we've checked in? And she was like, you and your partner checked in half an hour ago.
Ooh.
And of course, and this lady was just like, I'm at home. My husband's on a business trip.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Scat.
And my boss was like, I've just ruined GDPR. And I was like, no, you haven't. She gave you the name of the reservation.
Yeah.
Because, no, sorry, let me backtrack. The lady called up because the guy had booked it on her credit card.
What an idiot.
And of course, it showed up as a double room. Now, naturally, all the rooms show up as double rooms.
Yeah.
But of course, she'd seen it as double room, called up and went, who is my husband with? And my boss, she was like, oh, can I just confirm that so-and-so's checked in, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be there shortly. And she was like, no, you're already here. Kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing.
Were you there when we had, the first hotel that me and you worked in together?
Yes.
Were you there when we had the couple that was having the affair at the hotel? The young couple.
Vaguely sounds familiar.
It was like in the summer, and it was this like young couple coming in. Good song. They were coming in and they were being all lovey-dovey and making out like proper PDA and all that, and it was really quite disgusting at some points. And then one day they came up and they speak to our old manager.
Yeah.
And they were like, can we book a room, please? And they were like, yeah, when do you want to book it for? And they were like, oh, today.
Now.
Like, now. I was
we want to get up to some shenanigans.
And of course, he was like, yep, wherever you like, we'll book you in. So booked him in. And this went on for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. The schlegs. And then basically, one day, I remember we got a phone call. And to be fair to him, he stuck to his guns and covered for the brother. Because he was like, the lady was calling. I think she even come in as well at one point.
Right.
And she was just like, hi there, I'm Mrs. X last name. I believe my husband's been staying here with another woman. Can you confirm that for me? And he was just like, unfortunately, we can't hand out, or, I can neither confirm nor deny that kind of information, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Because of like guest, X, Y, and Z. And to be fair to him, he stuck to his guns, but I think he did, at one point he was very much like, I can neither confirm nor deny.
I remember once when I was working in my Purple Hotel down in London, and there was some road work. There was like a security alarm at one of the shops next door went off all night long. So of course, naturally, everyone's like, well, I haven't had a good night's sleep. I want a refund and everything. And anyway, there was one guy kicking off. And I didn't have a good night's sleep, and my meal last night was disgusting, so I want a refund on everything. And this wasn't me.
Yeah.
It was one of my staff members, and just went, okay, well, next time you check in, because he was staying for business.
Okay.
And he stayed at that hotel because it was right close to the office that he was at.
Right.
And she was like, well, next time you stay, please don't sneak in the little Thai lady that you've been bringing in. And he just basically picked up his bags and ran.
Oh!
He dropped the complaint.
I bet he did.
It's like, don't try and pull the wool over hotel workers' eyes. They know what you're up to.
Ooh, scandalous.
There was a time when I was working in the Purple Hotel, and this group of lads turned up to check in, and there was 6 of them.
Right.
And they'd only booked one room.
Right.
And I was like, right, guys, policy is only 3 adults per room.
Yeah.
You've booked one room for 6 of you. Oh, it's just a place for us to lay our heads. We're going out. Well, don't worry, we won't make any news. I was like, right, okay. I will do a deal with you.
Yeah.
Any noise complaints, and you're out. No questions asked. No sort of knocking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not us. It's not us. Any noise complaints on that floor, you're gone. Oh, cheers, boss. Cheers, boss. Cheers, boss. I was like, don't call me boss. Only kebab men can call me boss. When I'm drunk at 3 a.m, stumbling around with a kebab.
Exactly. Cheers, boss.
Anyway, within half an hour, noise complaint. I was like, right, okay. So I went and knocked on the door. I was like, right, there's already been a noise complaint. It's not even 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow.
There's already been a noise complaint, and this hallway smells of weed. Oh, it's not us. It's not us. You smell weed. I can't smell weed. What does weed smell like? It's like, I work in a hotel. I know what weed smells like. I smell it every other day.
Yeah.
Not just from.
high as hell.
I'm about to say, not just from the customers, but from the staff as well. And I just looked at him and I was like, don't insult my intelligence and please just leave. You know.
That's fair. Did they leave?
Yeah, they left.
That's fair.
They tried to sort of, well, if we're not staying, we want our money back. I was like, well, unfortunately, I have to now fumigate this room because it stinks of weed. So unless you want to pay that fine as well,
Yeah. We'll call it quits.
We'll call it quits. But yeah.
Yeah.
So other than your week, it's been.
Yeah. Other than that, it's been pretty much average. Just worked a load.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fair enough.
Do you want to discuss yours now?
Let's discuss my week.
Are we putting on sad?
Not yet. I'll tell you when I'm ready.
Okay.
So firstly,
Right.
I saw a guy. It's not funny, but he was being a douche, so it kind of is. Saw a guy needed to go back into the back of a truck on the drive up today.
Oh.
So basically, I was in the right-hand lane,
Mhm.
doing my usual speed.
Yep.
Which, bordering.
Yeah.
It's not speeding, it's bordering.
Yeah.
Anyway, he comes right up to behind me and starts flashing.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not moving. I'm a stubborn bastard when I want
Of
to be.
course.
So anyway, this lorry starts pulling out in front of me, and he thinks, great, I'll go into the left-hand lane and undercut them all. The reason the lorry was pulling out was because another lorry was pulling out of a lay-by. And he nearly went into the back of the lorry that was pulling out of the lay-by. And had it been summer and it was still been light outside, I would have been like, but it wasn't, so he couldn't see me.
Oh.
But you know, inside I was going, wah, wah, wah. You twats. You know, as I said, it's not nice if he had got into the back of the lorry and everything, but
You would have only laughed a small amount.
only a small. I would have been like, shit. Oh no, I've got to stay behind and give a statement. And when the police turn up, I'll be like, yeah, he was a cunt. But yeah, so that was that.
It was that.
Had a bit of drama alarm at work. Sorry, I wasn't expecting all the cars to suddenly start braking in front of me.
It's okay.
Bit of drama alarm at work. So delivery at 8 o'clock in the morning. Not my customer. It's the cherry on the top.
Is it who I think it is?
Yes, but he's on holiday.
Oh no! Is this getting juicier?
So delivery at 8 o'clock in the morning. Driver's there at 8 o'clock on time.
Yeah.
Doesn't get tipped. 11 o'clock in the morning, so 3 hours this driver's been sitting waiting at the warehouse.
Wow.
Someone knocks on his door. Yeah, we don't have the equipment to tip you. You've got to go. They waited 3 hours
To tell him that.
to tell him they don't have the equipment to tip him. So anyway, naturally, the driver calls the haulier calls us, we call the customer, and the customer then calls the warehouse, because of course the warehouse is a third-party warehouse.
Yeah.
And it's like, yep, no, it's not happening. So they find another warehouse. This container's gone from Southampton up to Warrington, just underneath Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
They find another warehouse that does have the equipment on the other side of Leeds, 2-hour drive away, and everything. And so they're like, yep, this new place will take it. They shut it. By this point, it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. They're like, yeah, this new place will take it, but they shut at 5. Can you get it for 5? And it's like, well, it's a 2-hour drive. It's 2:30 now, so he'll get there probably about 4:30ish. So it's going to be tight, but it's possible. Anyway, driver gets there at 4:30.
Yeah.
It's a huge industrial estate, and he can't find the place. So he calls us. Well, he calls the haulier calls us.
Yeah.
And we're trying to find it on Google. We're doing Google Street Maps. We're doing Company's House, gov.uk. This warehouse doesn't exist on the internet. The driver is asking, as he's like driving past people in the industrial estate, he's waving them down, he's flashing them and saying, have you heard of this place? None of them. No, never heard of it, never heard of it, never heard of it. He's driving around, and the thing is, in the instructions, they went, yeah, just onto the industrial estate, at the bottom of the road, turn right by the galvanized steel fence. The industrial estate was a circle. What's the bottom of the circle? Infinity. So anyway, he's driving around, and this is where I finally decide to step in, because the people who are handling it are, let's put it this way, one moved from Brazil a year ago, and the other one is trying to use Bing.
Oh,
so this is when I'm listening, and I'm like, right, okay, I'm going to get involved now. So anyway, I'm on Google Earth, Google Street View, trying to find it.
Yeah.
And the thing is we were looking for a place called Sim. And as I'm just clicking like crazy on Google Street View, I find an S.I.M.
Oh.
And I'm like, I think it's this place. At this point, it's 5:30. The warehouse is locked, empty, gone, like no one's there. So we say to the driver, look, you can either stay overnight, or you can come home on your merry way. And the driver's like, well, I've run out of legal driving hours. I'm staying overnight either way. So hopefully you can get them to tip me first thing tomorrow morning. We're like, right, okay. So we send a snotty email to our customer, like, we found the place. Thanks for the directions, by the way. Please make sure he gets tipped first thing in the morning. Come into an email this morning.
Oh.
They've not got any staff rotated on for that warehouse. All the staff are up at their other warehouse in Doncaster today.
Oh my god.
And we get this email from the haulier, and the haulier's like, you okay for us to drive this to Doncaster? And we're like, well, it's the only way to get rid of it. So we then email the customer like, is it okay for him to go to Doncaster? And they're once again, they're like, well, it's the only way we're going to get rid of it. So this guy's gone from Southampton up to Liverpool, over to Leeds, over to Doncaster.
I bet he's a really happy chap, isn't he?
Well, this is because drivers, I don't know how well known this is, but like logistic drivers, they're paid per job. And so because he'd spent all the day yesterday faffing around from Southampton to Liverpool to Leeds, he'd effectively lost his job for today. And so by then having to do Leeds to Doncaster and then back to Southampton is effectively another job. So he was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to spend the night out. It is what it is, but hey, I've technically got another job tomorrow. And so okay, cool, fair enough, great, good for you. Nice way to put a positive spin on it.
Exactly.
Yes. So yeah, that was fun.
Right,
and as I said, the cherry on top was it wasn't my custom.
It's always nice when somebody else is fucking up.
Yeah. And I was like, I'll just help out, because it's struggling listening to, like I said, someone who's just moved to the UK and someone using Bing.
Yeah, Bing is never a good option.
No. So it's time to talk about the sad thing.
Right, am I changing the colour?
Yes, please turn the lights onto a sad lighting.
We've determined that sad lighting is blue, so we're going with this.
So who knows? It may look purple on the camera.
Might do. We'll find out.
Paddy, hold me.
Oh my god. Okay. We're at a roundabout. What's wrong?
Vega's been injured.
What the fuck? Where?
On the front. Someone scraped him.
This is not acceptable.
I mean,
where? How bad?
Well, I'll show you. But it's on the bit where I scraped it against your wall, trying to get it into your fucking tight ass parking spot. And ever since then, the little plastic trim underneath the car hasn't been as flush with the car as it should be. It's always slightly hung down like a bit of a limp dick, just sort of just chilling there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know what one of them look like.
Yeah, I bet you. Anyway, walking back to my car on Monday, and of course I'd been to a pub quiz. I'd parked in the public parking, like the multi-story car park, so it was all nice and well lit.
Yeah.
And the bit of plastic trim was hanging lower than normal. I was like, okay, maybe I've gone over a speed bump too hard, or just as I'm driving, the wind sort of pulled it down. So as I kneel down to like push the plastic trim back up, I see the paint scratches, and it was just like the moment was just like Amos Diggory in Goblet of Fire. My boy! Oh god, like, that's my boy! And I can't. The thing is because I don't drive it to work.
Yeah.
And it's dark when I leave for work, and it's dark when I come back from work. I can't even say it was the car next to me in the car park because I don't drive it to work. So it's just like it's sat on the street all day where someone could have scraped it.
Yeah.
I've then come home from work whilst it's dark, got in the car, driven to the pub quiz. Only seen it because it's in a well-lit public car park. Vegas Conventions, and it wasn't me this time. You know, it's my one bit of luxury. It's my one treasure. Someone hurt him. Paddy, make it right.
I don't know what you want me to do, Ben. I don't know what you want me to do, mate. I'm sorry.
I can't do anything either. Just...
Yeah, that's very... I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry somebody hurt you.
I know. And I couldn't be there for him.
No.
And then the other sad thing is I have joined the 6 a.m. club.
Oh, you gym in the morning?
I gym before work.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. You can turn it off, off satellite now.
Okay.
It's taken me nearly 30 years, but I finally have a social life.
Yeah.
It's taken me nearly fucking 30 years.
Yeah. But you do have a social life.
I have a social life now.
Yeah.
And it's like I've gone from having basically one plan a week, i.e. you, to only having one night a week free.
Yeah.
And so I can't go to the gym anymore in the evenings after work. So I've been sitting and umming and ahhing about it for a while.
Yeah.
And then the guy who sits next to me, he was like, maybe you should join the 6 a.m. club. And I was like, well, if I've been thinking about it and you're now suggesting it, it probably means...
I mean, you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning anyway.
Yeah, but I'm at the gym for 6 o'clock. My alarm is set for 5:30.
Yeah, but I mean, it baffles me that you function on such little sleep anyway.
Oh, no. I'm shattered right now. This is how shattered I am. I've brought my glasses with me just in case I have to take my contact lenses out.
Good Lord.
Yes, that's how tired I am.
You must be tired.
I contemplated downing a Monster before coming out tonight.
Yeah?
I had a nap at lunchtime. That's how tired I am.
Good Lord, Ben. What's happened to you?
Being turning 30, man. It's him. It's game over, man. It's game over, man. It's game over.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And it hurts. It hurts so much getting up at that time in the morning.
Yeah.
And going to the gym.
Do not like the idea of that.
No.
To be honest.
And then because I don't drink coffee, it's just a struggle all day long.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there at work like...
But surely there should be like getting the endorphins going and all that, getting ready, you know. It's like when... Do you remember what was her name? The teacher that... the ginger PE teacher that used to be my tutor. Mrs. Nunn?
Oh yeah, because we used to call her Sister Mary Nunn.
That's the one.
You know, and you say my tutor, our tutor. This was when we were in... Oh, right, no. She was my tutor in 6th form and you weren't there for 6th form. So yeah, carry on.
Yes. She used to go swimming in the sea before starting school.
Yeah, but that's different because you're using the cold water to wake you up and everything.
Yeah, but it's the same premise. That's why a lot of people do the gym in the first thing in the morning.
But this is where my body's weird, and this is where, if God exists, I'm going to ask to see the fucking manager. Everyone always talks about the endorphins and the exercise high, and once you hit that certain moment, boom, your body just gets flooded with endorphins and it feels great.
Yep.
I don't get that.
You're obviously not pushing yourself.
Boy, I have lived with a PT, and I now go out for regular drinks with a PT, and both of them say I'm doing good enough like routines.
Okay. Just teasing.
I'm not getting an endorphin high, and it is bullshit. And I've looked it up, and some people in this world, you have my deepest sympathies because I'm one of you.
Yeah.
Don't get endorphins from exercising, and it's bullshit.
That's hilarious. I did not know that.
Why do you think I struggle with it so much?
Wow.
I don't get the enjoyment from it. It's just an hour and a half of stress.
Wow.
For nothing.
Well, it is something.
Yeah, I get to fit into smaller clothes. Woohoo. I'd rather be fat and happy. But yeah, I don't get the endorphins. I don't get that exercise rush, and it's bullshit.
Wow.
There is a caveat on that though.
Okay.
I've noticed I don't get as much muscle soreness as other people do.
Okay.
My body seems to repair a lot quicker,
Apart from your foot.
apart from my foot. I'm not so sure that was the gym anymore.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that was, but yeah, I'm not so sure that was the gym anymore.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'll do arms on a day, and I finish up, and I feel sore, like my arms feel dead weights, and it's a struggle to drive home. Like as I'm turning the steering wheel around the roundabout, I'm going ah.
Yeah.
But then the following morning, my arms are fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's like, okay, I don't get the endorphin rush, but at the same time, I don't get the muscle soreness everyone else gets.
Yeah.
So
some people, when do leg day, the next day they can't walk.
Yeah. So it's like, would I rather not have the muscle soreness and not have the endorphins, or would I rather have the endorphins and get the muscle soreness? I think I'd rather have the fucking endorphins.
Really?
Yes. Even pregnant women, once giving birth, their body rewards them with a flood of endorphins. Their body goes, there you go. I'm not comparing my exercise to giving birth. Before anyone clambers in and gets angry, I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying, I would like some endorphins. I would like my brain to go, there you go. You're welcome.
That's fair. I think that's reasonable. I think it's reasonable.
Yeah.
I think it's a reasonable request.
It is a reasonable request. So as I said, if God does exist,
you're going to demand to speak to the manager.
Demand to speak to the manager. Go, excuse me. I know there's people out there dying of leukemia and everything, but how dare you make me suffer with exercise? Who do you think you are? God? Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
What is your policy on GDPR?
You gave my name away. Yeah, I've decided already that I'm not going tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I've already been... Because this is the thing, the app that tracks it all annoys me because it tracks it from Sundays rather than Mondays.
I'm going to circle back to that.
Well, yeah. Are we going to put a pin in it?
We're going to put a pin in it.
But yeah, it tracks it from Sundays. So technically, I've already done 1, 2, 3. I've already done 3 routines this week, and it's only, Wednesday?
Yeah.
So if I skip to tomorrow morning, I can do Friday and Saturday, and I've done like 5.
That's fair.
5 routines in a week. So yeah, I'm skipping tomorrow because I'm gonna have a lay-in.
Ooh. You still wake up at 5.
I'm still probably fucking wake up at 5. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. What is that with people starting their week on a Sunday? I don't get that.
It's got to be an old custom. Got to be.
It must be. Because there was something the other day when I was booking something, and it completely threw me. Oh, and I'll tell you something about booking something as well. So I was trying to book something the other day, and it completely threw me off because I was like, "Oh, that's not the right day. It should be this day." And I realised it's because they were starting their calendar on a Sunday as opposed to a Monday.
Yeah.
Sunday's the last day of the week.
Yeah, it's called a weekend for a reason. Yeah. Jeez. No, I get that. So at work, we have a calendar up on the wall.
Yeah.
It's right next to my desk. So of course, naturally, I look at it every day. And last year's calendar started on a Sunday. So I trained my brain to basically completely disregard the first column.
Right, okay.
The new calendar this year, however, starts on a Monday. So the other day, I started trying to book in a delivery for such and such a day, and they're like, "Why are you trying to book it in for a Saturday?" I was like, "No, that's the Friday." And they're like, "No, it's a Saturday." And then I'm like, "What? Why am I trying to book in for a Saturday?" And then I was like, "Wait, I know why. Got to move them all back a day." And it's nearly March, and I'm just starting to learn. Like, no, that's a Friday, not a Saturday, because this one starts on a Sunday.
Next year, if you get another calendar and it starts on Sunday again, we revolt.
We riot. Riots. What do we want? There are office supplies. Oh,
when do we want it? I don't know.
Maybe Sunday, maybe Monday.
Whatever day starts this week.
Yeah, no, I don't know why they start on a Sunday.
Oh, it's so weird.
Comment below if you know.
Yeah, if there is a reason why, please do let us know.
Please do let us know.
Because it's very confusing. So I made a boo-boo.
Okay.
I got to the cinema today,
You did?
and the lady scanned my thing, and the machine went, "Rana, rana, rana," and I was like, "Ooh, this is new."
Yeah.
And she was looking at it, and she was like, "Oh, I've seen what you did. I've seen what you've done here." And I was like, "What?" She goes, "Look at the date of your booking. I booked for tomorrow." Luckily, it was like 4 o'clock showing, so I was just like, oh, "Okay, well, I'll quickly just adjust that then."
Well, the lucky thing is, because you have an unlimited card, you could basically just book another ticket.
Yep. Because that's literally what I did. I walked up to the till, and I was just like, "I booked the wrong date. I need to move my booking to today." And he goes, "Are you going to go cinema tomorrow?" I said, "Probably not." And he was like, "Cool, I'll just book you in again." I was like, "Okay."
Wait, can you only go once a day? I thought it was just like...
I don't know. I'm going to read the terms and conditions when we
I'm
get to
pretty
the pub.
sure, as long as it's not in the same screening, you can go as many times as you want in a day.
I'm pretty sure you can, unless they've changed it when they changed, because they upped the prices and stuff.
They did.
Didn't
Maybe
they?
they changed
So
it
they
then.
might have changed it in the terms and conditions. So maybe it's
Maybe.
only once a day.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Or maybe you have to have maybe do a matinee and then an evening. You can't do like one after each other.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Ooh.
How do you friend zone someone nicely?
Sorry, I was having a PTSD moment from all the women in my life.
Yeah. How would you like to be friend zoned?
How would I like to be friend zoned?
Mm.
I wouldn't. I'd like to have sex. But
Okay.
if I was going to be friend zoned, I think it's difficult because I already know who you're talking about.
Do you? Do you?
I do.
Okay.
It's what you were discussing with me in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's difficult because nobody wants to be friend zoned, but I still stick by like the classic routine of potentially doing things like dropping the hints of such a good friend, and I'm glad I have you in my life as a friend.
Just
like
to
that.
add a caveat to all of this,
Okay.
we've met, of course, on the Friday drinks.
Yes.
And in said Friday drinks and in the group chat and everything, he's put about how he has anxiety and he doesn't really go out very much. And this group is where he feels comfortable and everything. And so, of course, I'm like, oh God,
I know.
if I do this,
But I think
it might make him feel uncomfortable coming to the group, and I might completely destroy his social life.
I agree, but I also do agree, and I stick by my thing that we put in the group chat about you pretending that you've met somebody,
Yes.
and maybe that might help you move on, possibly, or not. Maybe like meet somebody, just say, oh, I've started talking to this guy that I really like, and things like that. And
When would I ever talk like that?
yeah, but I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. But
So I met this guy, and he's so dreamy,
and he's hunky, and his eyes are like big blue pools of blueness.
Big
Yeah, you try and say it. You try and say
big
it, Ben.
blue pools of blueness. Come on,
Yeah.
did you not think of anything in that moment?
I was trying to do all the B's.
Right. Okay.
Look, I am tired. I've only had 2 coffees today. Look, you choose to go to the gym. I do
No,
not.
I don't. My body demands it.
I had a child screaming outside my window this morning at 8:30, waking me up.
Oh,
Yeah,
we had
with a red wine hangover.
That's your problem.
I know that's slightly my problem, but the child screaming was not.
So my office gets proper stuffy.
It does.
Old building, doesn't have great ventilation, so every so often we have to open the fire doors and let the air circulate. Anyway, we opened it the other day, and it was like at lunchtime, and because of course we're next to a shop.
Yeah.
And there was a screaming child in the car park, and I swear I felt my balls shrivel. My balls just went, nope.
Oh my god.
I even felt like a shiver up my spine. Just like, ugh. I didn't even couldn't see the kid, didn't know where the kid was. All I could hear was the screaming. And just like, ugh.
You are not going to cope with 2.5 man's child.
No.
You really are.
No. Yeah.
Cute kid though.
Yes, cute kid.
Cute kid.
Very cute kid. But then again, you think all kids are cute, and
Yeah.
your rose-tinted glasses, you are.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, you do. Not in that.
No, definitely not in that way. Good lord. That's the last thing we need.
No. Yes.
But
Anyway.
but yeah. Should we do?
We need to keep going for like 30 seconds so we can
What?
do final. Well, I can't really drive and do final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Final thoughts of the day are
Poor Vega.
poor Vega. We're so upset about Vega.
I'm upset.
Lock of the cabin was average,
Which for Paddy means it's bad.
which is well, I don't think it was bad, but I just don't think it was good. Probably.
And if you're going to cheat with someone, don't do it at a hotel because the staff will know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Basically.
simple maths.
If you're going to cheat, be prepared to be caught.
Yeah.
That's life.
That is life. Very much so.
Yeah. And on that note, I think that's probably it.
I
for
think
today.
that is probably
You're
it
kind of-
too.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else I wanted to bring up.
No, I can't think of anything else for final thoughts either. Poor Vega.
Poor Vega.
Gym in 6 in the morning is terrible.
Ben's not a good 6 a.m. person.
No, 30 is getting to me.
Yep.
Even though I'm not 30 yet.
We're almost there.
Almost there. And yeah, don't cheat in hotels.
Don't cheat on hotels. Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us, guys.
We'll see you in the next one.
Like,
Make
comment, subscribe, and all that.
and all that jazz.
And all that
You
jazz.
know, give us a little follow and everything else.
Leave
Cheers,
a
guys.
comment.
Bye.
Bye.